Hello everyone. In this brief video, we're going to be reviewing the requirements for essay revisions. Essay revisions for this course are completely optional. You are not required to do them. We just offer them as an opportunity to, first of all, improve your grade, and second of all, also improve your writing process. Revisions are part of the writing process, part of the drafting process, workshopping, etc. That is a priority in our course, and that is what revisions do. That's why we offer the opportunity. However, as I said, they are optional and you do not have to do them. We offer the optional opportunity for revisions for essays 1, 2, and 3. So the first 3 units, we do not offer them for Unit 4. You cannot do revisions on Unit 4. So I highly encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity, but that is up to you. So now that I have explained that it is optional, I will go through the revision process with you if you would like to submit a revised essay for Unit 1. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, so on the screen is an example of what the revision comments you might see on the essay I graded and will give back to you. So the commented version of the essay you submitted for your Unit 1 rhetorical analysis of a written argument. So on your essay, we're first going to go over what your graded essay will look like, and then we'll go over the revision process. So on your graded essay, you're going to see 2 main components to the graded essay. You're going to see marginal comments, so down here, and then you're going to see at the very end of your essay, global comments. So as we see here, the global comments are much longer. So what's the difference? Marginal comments focus on specific elements of your essay that I want you to pay attention to. They might be repetitive elements that occur throughout your essay, or just very specific portions, such as your thesis statement, right? So your thesis statement is a very important specific element of your essay that a majority of you might need to revise or further improve upon. However, I'm not going to, let's say you need to revise a certain aspect of your essay, such as explaining the examples more throughout. That is a reoccurring step you need to make throughout the revision process in your essay. I'm not going to mark that every time that you need to do so in your essay. So instead, I will include that in the global comments. All right? So I will mark that down in the global comment. So as you see here, so let's say student X, I stated, the main issue in your essay occurred with the explanations of these examples being too simplistic and needing more detail and or analysis. Or rather, they provide examples and there's very little analysis to accompany them. Okay, so this was a reoccurring instance in which the student writer needed to improve upon throughout their entire essay. And I may have marked a few key areas in which it occurred so that the student had an idea of where they were doing it. And then I mentioned it in their global comment so that they were aware this was a main issue that they needed to improve upon. So what I also did, focusing on the global comments, you'll see this chart. So this chart marks the key areas of focus, and your textbook explains this too, how I grade your essay and whether or not your essay meets the assignment objectives, which I explained in the Unit 1 essay video in week 4. So as you see here, and this will be on everyone's essay, you'll see a chart that says whether or not your essay exceeds reader expectations, meets them, or is still working to meet them. So this is going to vary for everyone. And I grade according to purpose and focus and development. So these two are highly related to, let's say, whether or not your intro and thesis and your inclusion and explanation of examples were sufficient enough, Organization, did you have a good explanation of your thoughts, proper format, etc.? Tone and style and editing, did you have a neutral stance, good writerly language and tone, and elevated writerly tone, etc.? So that's how I grade, and it gives you an overall sense of whether or not you met the assignment objectives and where you most need to improve upon in your essay. As far as grading, I grade starting at a 70. So a 70 is a passing grade for this course. If you received an R grade on your paper, that does mean you need to revise. However, as I said, you do not have to revise, but if you received an R, the standing grade for your essay is a 50%. So I highly suggest you do revise, as an R grade does mean your paper does not yet meet the writing, essay requirements or the essay objectives for this assignment. So I highly advise you do revise. And then again, going through the global comments, I'll first offer a suggestion of the strengths of your essay, the main strengths, and then a suggestion of what you could further improve upon to revise in a revised essay. And then in your essay, if you choose to revise, I also want you to take a look at the Unit 1 essay video lecture that I posted in week 4. That is a YouTube video, so it should be accessible to everyone. That one will be very helpful. It's a review of the entire Unit 1. It's about 15 minutes long, I believe. Definitely suggest reviewing that. It's going to cover the Unit 1 assignment objectives specifically, so strengths and weaknesses of Unit 1 essays. Review the 3X guide. Again, a major improvement that a lot of students need to make is improving upon their explanation of the writer's examples. Don't just assume the reader, meaning me, the instructor, understands what Keller is saying in these quotes or examples that you include. You must explain and then analyze what these examples mean. And then also look to the rhetorical evaluation workshop checklist in the Unit 1 of your Top Hat textbook. This is going to be a brief overview of what you should be including in your Unit 1 essay if you just want a brief checklist to review. All right, and then as for format for your essay, just a general suggestion if you're not sure what format to follow for the rest of the essays in the semester. Although I will allow you, based upon whatever degree or major in, whatever citation format is best suited to your degree or major, you can use whatever citation you prefer. The general MLA format is what English majors usually follow. So I gave you a format here of what it looks like. So for introducing your paper with your name and title, it's going to be first name, last name, the course. You then write the instructor's name and then the date. Then you include a title. And at the end, you include your works cited. Okay? And then when you revise, so these are the revision steps. If you do not do this, I do reserve the right to not grade your revision essay. So please do this, and I will remind you in an email to do so. If you revise, you must highlight whatever changes you make to your essay. So as you see here, I highlighted this to remind you visually to highlight whatever changes you make in your essay. This includes adding a target audience in one sentence. So i.e., if you add a STEM audience, example, as you see, I just highlighted STEM. If you are adding a STEM or target audience, highlight that. If you're adding a topic sentence, adding further examples from Keller's essay, further quotes. If you change the organization of your essay, highlight that paragraph. Or maybe leave a comment if you're completely changing the organization of your essay. Highlight, highlight, highlight. This is so I can track what changes you made between your original draft, your presentation draft of the essay, and your newly revised draft. So please do me the favor of highlighting your changes for your revision. And then as far as where you will submit your new revision essay, please submit your newly revised essay to the assignment titled Revision of Unit 1 Rhetorical Evaluation. So this is going to be the same place you submitted your original assignment to, except it's now going to be retitled Revision of Unit 1. So don't be worried to resubmit it over your original essay. That's what you're supposed to do. And then we will go back from screen share. Okay, so if you have any questions in the next week, please follow up with me. Come see me during office hours and email me. Revisions are going to be due 1 week from the due date I post them, and I will also include that on the new date of the assignment. So the revision of Unit 1, that will reflect that date change, due date change, and also send that out in an email.